Hey guys, Charm Unicorn here. Welcome back to Blue Archive. We're just gonna continue on with the Eden Treaty story because I finished the Foreclosure Task Force, the Clockwork Flower, and so we're here. Huh. Okay. Apparently I can unlock 100 bits for every 10 subs. Sorry. Hi. Let's just get into this. The Great Leviathan. Azusa is the traitor? That she is, and I would like you to protect her. I guess getting straight to the point doesn't make sense without all of the details. Nagi's bad habits might be rubbing off on me. How about I explain it from the beginning? I'm not as good at this kind of thing as Nagi or Sia are, but I'll give it my best shot. Okay. First is what defines Trinity General School. As I'm sure Nagi told you, our academy's history is built on several functions coming together. Factions coming together, not functions. Greetings. Oh, yeah, it's Mika. As the name would suggest, there are three such factions that comprise its center: Pather, Phyllis, and Sanctus. However, there were there were many other smaller factions, such as the Remedial Knights and the Sisterhood. Back then, those factions were just as hostile towards one another as Trinity and Genia are today. Conflict was a daily occurrence, growing worse by the day. Until finally they all came together and created a peace treaty. And so the first council was held, where it was agreed to end the bloodshed and unite as one academy. That sounds familiar. I pressed 2. There is no 2 option. It does, doesn't it? Trinity General School was known, as we know it, was born from the first council. There are still traces of those factions even today, but most people would never know it. Over time, history tends to become rather faded. However, there was one academy that chose not to participate in the council. The Arias faction. Fucking words. I say faction, but it hasn't been an organized academy much like our own for a long time. The two sides had much in common, but were driven apart due to differences in how to interpret the ancient scriptures. Their academy held chapel classes, kept a strict conservative uniform, and had a strong contempt for Genia. But Arius vehemently opposed the union, and that feud ultimately led to conflict. Trinity surpassed Arius following the unification. It simply couldn't withstand the combined might of the new academy. Such stories are commonplace in history. Those who hold great power tend to want to test it, and Arius made for a subtle target. No, that wasn't subtle. That was not the word. What was the word? Suitable. Arius Academy fell into ruin. It was banished from the Trinity District, but rumors say it does remain open, hiding somewhere in the underbelly of Kavodos. They've kept the location of their district a secret to avoid Trinity's watchful eye. Even the General Student Council doesn't know where Arius operates from currently. It wouldn't surprise me if those that know the story thought of it as nothing but an urban legend. How could such an academy truly exist? Then again, I think most of our students are completely unaware of this tale. That's the Arius Academy of today. A shadow forgotten to history. And you're saying that's where Azusa's from? Correct. You said the story sounded familiar. As you suspect, the Eden Treaty and Nagi is proposing now. Is proposing now is homage to the First Council. This is a chance for two great academies to reconcile and come together in peace. If it sounds too good to be true, that's because it is. The real objective is to establish an Eden Treaty Organization, or ETO for short. The Eden Treaty is anything but a peace signing. It's the start of a formal military alliance. The creation of a single armed organization using the combined forces of Trinity and Genea.
I don't know why I almost got the chills.
These are uncertain times we're living in. The General Student Council president is still missing. Now, from the shadows, rises a new, overwhelming power. And what does Nagi intend to do with it, I wonder? Perhaps attack what remains of the General Student Council and assume control of Kavotos? Or does she plan to uproot Millennium and stop its sudden emergence as Kavotos' rising new academy? I can't say what her goal is for certain, but there is one thing I know. Power that immense can be used to silence any and all disasters. Just as Trinity did to Eris long ago. Or just like Sia. Sorry, pretend you didn't hear that.
Has something happened to Sia?
She is ill, just as I told you.
Then where is she?
Do you really want to know? Telling you would mean crossing a line I would never walk back from. So if you betray me, I truly would be completely abandoned. Do you still want to know?
Betray you?
Yes, but I'm sure it'll be fine. You said you're on my side, didn't you? If someone who said that went on to betray me, then maybe I wouldn't mind so much. The truth is that Sia isn't fighting illness.
She died.
Her halo was destroyed.
So it is like a life force then.
I know. It's too horrible to be true, but it is. And it's been covered up since last year. Sia was attacked by an unknown assailant. Her illness is nothing but a facade. Sia's dead. And no one knows but the Tea Party. Well, it's possible the Sisterhood may be aware. Their intelligence gathering has always been remarkable. Regardless, it's a secret that must be kept hidden.
And no one knows who is responsible?
There is an ongoing investigation, but it remains a mystery. Sia held no shortage of confidential information, so I'm sure that only makes it harder to narrow down the suspects. So there you have it. Personally, I have my own list of suspects, but it wouldn't be wise to share it without knowing for sure. Let's get back to talking about Shiretsu Azusa. I was the one who arranged to have her transferred to Trinity.
You did, Mika?
Uh-huh. I kept it a secret from Nagi. I registered Azusa as a student training from break after falsifying her documents. You're probably wondering why. Azusa still hates us after all.
Whatever the fucking word is.
While our students take the privileged environment around them for granted, their students scrape by under improvised conditions, not knowing what it truly means to receive an education. They subordinately cling to a grudge from years past and reject the help of anyone, including the General Student Council. I want Trinity to reconcile with Arius. But the hatred our schools have for each other is too great, and the misunderstandings too many. It's not a relationship I could ever hope to reconcile on my own. Nagi and Sia objected to my opinions for political reasons, but I never held it against them. That's the essence of what the Tea Party does. I'm not the best when it comes to politics, but I wish we could all just get along. If only we could reconcile our misunderstandings over tea like in the past. What I really want is Azusa to become a symbol of peace. I don't know her very well, but she was supposedly an outstanding student at Arius, and I want to foster her potential. Maybe I should have been more honest and tried to convince Nagi through the proper channels, but I had my doubts that was going to be possible. I don't think she would have ever agreed to it. Reconciling with Eris would become impossible if the Eden Treaty is signed. I want to make amends happened before that happened at any cost. I want to show through Azusa that an Eris student can be happy and accepted at Trinity. But now Nagy has introduced the rumor that there being a traitor among Trinity. I don't know how she came to that conclusion. Maybe it's all my fault. She became so paranoid that someone was interfering with her plans that she decided to form the Makeup Work Club. Speaking of which, have you figured out why each student was forced to join? It's because Nagy suspects every one of them. Yeah. Hanako is a little eccentric.
Yeah, eccentric. That I think.
But she was outgoing student with an excellent grades. She was even a candidate to join the Tea Party once. The Sisterhood tried to recruit her as well, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, because she's kind of pervy.
She attended the chapel class in nothing but a bathing suit and was dragged out by the sisters. You should have seen the shock on people's faces. Haha. Hanako had so much potential in her first year, but then she began scoring the lowest grades in her class at the start of her second year. Why? Was she doing it on purpose? She had already made inroads around Trinity and was aware of several academy secrets before her scores began tanking. It drew Nagy's suspicion. As for Koharu, she's a nice girl that really has nothing to do with politics. Her enrollment into the Makeup Work Club has to do with Hatsumi.
Hatsumi?
Nagy doesn't like there being such a powerful club with someone so influential outside of her direct control. So Koharu is her insurance policy. Anyone from the Justice Task Force would have worked. Koharu's poor grades just made her a convenient target. She's a hostage, in other words, and I bet Hasumi is aware of it. One wrong move could lead to expulsion. But what? Are you surprised to hear that Hatsumi would be considered a dangerous element? There's one particular incident that may pique your interest, then. Vice President Hatsumi, please calm down.
How dare they? The Pandemonium Society, Jinya, do they think they'll get away with this? Listen carefully. This isn't over.
Hatsumi is the Vice President of the Justice Task Force, Trinity's main armed force, and holds Jinya in contempt. She would obviously oppose the Eden Treaty because it would require an alliance with her greatest enemies. And finally, there's Hifumi. Whatever, however you want to pronounce it. She's such a sweet, cute, lovable girl, right? Even Nagy adores her. But that's also what landed her right in Nagy's crosshairs. Nagy, whatever. Hifumi was caught sneaking out of the district and visiting suspicious places, such as the prohibited underground black market. There's even intel that connects her to a masked criminal group. Can you believe it? She seems such a sweet, innocent girl.
That was the Foreclosure Task Force. Hell yeah, yeah.
... How like Nagy to keep her friends close and her enemies closer. Very predictable. There you have it. The whole story of how Nagy's paranoia led to a full-blown conspiracy that a traitor is out to ruin Trinity. Nagy's absolutely certain that there must be a traitor in their midst. I know that explanation was a little long-winded, but that's the whole truth.
But you said the traitor is really...
I did. But think of it this way. How would you define what it means to be a traitor? Nagy is under the assumption that someone is trying to deceive her, and thereby Trinity's Tea Party. She suspects there to be a spy. Fuck. In that sense, Azusa is the one whose background is a complete fabrication. It's the closest thing to fitting that description. Unlike the others, She truly is a transfer student from one of Trinity's enemies, Arius.
Yeah.
She's now the eye of the complex political storm and has no idea that it's all my fault. That's why I'm fighting to prevent her expulsion. Or at least, that's what I'm attempting to do by pleading my case to you. I want to prevent her from being expelled. That's something only you can do, Sensei. In any case, you could argue that I'm the real traitor. After all, I'm the one who's opposing Nagi's Eden Treaty. But since I'm not the host, I don't have any real power, and I have no means to prevent it. Then again, maybe that's not the truth either. You could just as easily argue that if anyone is betraying Trinity,
it's Nagi.
It would be Nagi. She's attempting to transform Trinity and all the values, harmony, and unity it's enjoyed into something else. She wants to awaken a Leviathan. That's my take on things. Whether you believe or agree with anything I've said is completely up to you. Everything is in your hands now. Whether you'll protect Azusa or weed out the traitor, whether you believe Nagi or myself.
Is that everything you wanted to say?
Pretty much. I am responsible for Azusa enrolling at our academy. But this is as much as I can do to help her. Don't tell me you're worried about me, Sensei. How sweet of you. I may fall for you after all. You don't need to worry about me. I'm much stronger than I appear. Well then, I should get going. I really enjoyed talking with you today. People might start spreading slanderous rumors if we spend too much time alone together. Not that I would mind. Hee. Until we meet again, Sensei.
I went back to the classroom. Everyone was studying in after saying goodbye to Mika. To be continued. For fucking real. The expositionally heavy lore dump from Mika. God, that took 17 minutes.
There you are, Sensei.
Sorry I'm late. Something came up.
Don't worry about it. More importantly, take a look. Our latest mock exam scores.
Check out the test scores. It was very close.
Yeah, you're doing a lot better. Almost there, Azusa. Hey, that's not the only one who improved. My score went up a lot, too.
I know. You scored 15 on your last exam, but now you're up to 49.
That's the biggest jump out of all of us. Of course I did. I told you, I've been holding back all this time. Yeah,
fucking, I can't keep all these voices up.
Yeah, keep it up. You're doing great.
Especially when they're all higher pitched voices than my natural voices. Which is pretty much this whole game, but that's why I do a lot of lower ones. For some of them, but...
Hanako? What's wrong, Hifumi? Why so sheepish? I scored a 2 on our first real exam. Then I scored a 4 on our first mock exam. Now I've scored an 8.
God, apparently she's Mickey Mouse.
That means I'm steadily doubling my scores each time. At this rate, I just need to make 3 more tests and I should be passing too, right? Well, I suppose so, technically.
You're all doing great.
That's right. We'll all be above passing sooner than I thought if we keep this up. I will not stop until I complete my mission and win those cute things, no matter the cost. You remember the real goal is to avoid failing, right? The rewards were just incentives. That's now my secondary objective, that I don't mind completing along the way. So, secondary? I mean, I respect... I respect it as a fellow Momo Friends fan myself, but still...
Is it hell? Is it Satan? It's Satan, isn't it?
Huh? Seems we have a visitor. Yeah, but who could come all the way here to visit us?
Excuse me.
Oh, that voice sounds like an intruder. Good things I've taken measures.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Azu? Ah! I said explosive traps to stop intruders. Azusa, how many did you set? I hope there aren't more. Ah! There's nowhere to run. Naturally, I laid traps along an intruder's likely escape route. Azusa!
Cough, cough.
Are you okay? You're not hurt, are you? My peace. May peace. Happiness be with you today. There's nothing peaceful or happy about this situation. Wait, I know that uniform. Are you from the Sisterhood?
Nope. I can't turn down the volume. The background noise.
I thought that sounded like you, Mary. Hanako.
Thank God the whooshing is gone.
Here, it's water. Thank you.
I don't remember the voice I just did for her. Gulp, gulp.
Phew, that really caught me off guard. What was that just now? Azusa. I'm sorry. I thought it was an enemy ambush. Me? An enemy? So it brings someone from the Sisterhood here. Right. About that. I was told this is where I could find the Makeup Work Club, but I didn't expect it to run into Hanako here. It just so happens my grades are terrible. Oh, so they are.
You know her?
You could say we're acquainted. If you're not here for me, then what are you here for? Right, of course. I've been looking for Shiratsu Azusa.
Me?
Yes, there's a student you recruited recently that wanted to reach out to express her gratitude.
That's not the...
Rescued? Gratitude? Yes. Azusa helped a student that was being constantly bullied by her classmates. Apparently she was called to the back of a secluded building and harassed on the daily in question. Someone was harassing the poor girl? What? These things happen, sadly. You may not hear about it often, but it's because perpetrators intimidate and conceive their victims into silence.
Whatever. We only found out ourselves when the student... Fucking... Can you not?
When the student came asking for advice, she told us you rescued her one day when you just happened to be passing by.
She did?
I suppose that did happen. I don't know why I don't enjoy watching gangs prey on the weak. I understand it. One of the attackers you suppressed retaliated by reporting you to the Justice Task Force, which escalated you to the task force engaging in a firefight. At which point, you occupied a tear gas warehouse and held the Justice Task Force off for a whole 3 hours with an assortment of traps. That's how all of this started? I never retreat from a fight. I could have defeated at least 3 more of your comrades had I not run out of ammunition. You have to be kidding me. That student came to us wanting to thank you, but since you couldn't be found at the academy, I ended up having to come here. So that's it. Her gratitude is undeserved. I ended up being captured at the end. I don't think that's what's important. But you shouldn't allow yourself to be bullied, even if everything is meaningless. That's no reason to give up.
I gave her an accent because it's the way I can differentiate between the voices.
Wise words. I'll pass your message along to her. People say you're nothing but a violent ice queen, but that couldn't be further from the truth after all. That's so sweet, but I wouldn't say those rumors are completely unfounded. Azusa's rather rough around the edges. Hanako.
Mary, I'm glad to see you're doing well.
I am, however.
I'll show you the way out. Come on, this way.
Oh, okay. I'll be going now. Sorry for the interruption, Sensei.
Take care. I have a feeling she is part of the sisterhood, and all this is a facade.
The daily studies came to an end soon after that,
because everyone was killed in a bloody firefight.
Hey, listen up, everyone. Tonight is laundry night. Put your uniforms, underwear, socks, and anything else you need to have washed into the basket.
Sure. Thank you for offering. You want our underwear too?
I can wash it myself. Myself. Thank you very much. But doing all of our laundry at once saves water and detergent. Annika was being efficient. Fall in line now.
Fine. Here you go.
Why, thank you. What about you, Sensei? Anything you need washed?
Thanks, but I'm good.
Okay. I'm off to the laundry room then. Everything here should be dry by tomorrow morning.
We should be heading to bed. Good night, everybody. Night.
Sensei, can I talk to you later? It's about Hanako.
Nod.
Are you there, Sensei?
I must open the door.
Ah, Sensei, it's me. It was a lot easier than I was expecting. You really wanted me to come in, didn't you?
What are you doing here? Why are you in your swimsuit?
Why do you sound so uncomfortable? This is just my pajamas.
Since when does a swimsuit pass for pajamas? Words.
You worry too much. Anyway, I have an important reason for coming here. I wanted to talk to you. It's about Azusa.
Azusa?
Are you there, Sensei? It's me.
Sorry it took so long. I know I'm here later than last night.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I had no idea the two of you were... how long has this been going on? Hey, Fumi, didn't you just say you were in Sensei's room last night, too? How long has this been going on?
I'm sorry. I never would have imposed. Had I known, I'll come back later. Sensei, wait, no. I should probably leave you two alone for tonight. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and...
What were you doing? Where do you think you're going? I want to know what's going on between you two. I want all the juicy details. Or better yet, a reenactment would do just fine, too.
Make it stop. Please make it stop. Yeah, why does Sensei's room have 6 beds for just the one guy? We eventually managed to clear up the misunderstanding after several more minutes. Hifumi yelled at Hanako to go change out of her swimsuit as well. To be continued. Okay, well, I gotta end YouTube here, so thank you all so much for watching. If you're enjoying what you're seeing on YouTube well into 2026, because it's fucking... As of time of recording this, it is October 31st, and I have only 14 episodes out. I have 16 max, okay? I don't fucking know. And I have 87 episodes to release in total, so this is probably going to come out well into 2026 on YouTube. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all later. Bye. Oh, I did not